You know your mama be killing them. They don't know nothing about that.
You want me to sit up on it? These lips, those lips. I want you to kiss all on me. Your wild boy, you want me to spit all on it? Walking with a limp. Walking like you got 150 on me. You know what that means?
Got it all in my jeans, and we can make babies, baby. I got these jeans. She won't even take the time to ask for a breath. This is a girl easy ride. She's the queen every time. Hit you from the back like I'm missing. Laugh when I'm big me. Come up and feel it.
I'm a ride. Let's do the rest of the top. Coming out, I want you to kiss all on me.
Can I use my hands? I'm good down from head to toe. You got that ecstasy, not speed dose. Turn up, baby. Turn up, baby. I wanna know why. Tell you something, what you at?
Turn the volume off of your phone. Is that yours too?
My bad.
I'm gonna tell you what can't happen.
What?
This speaker can't be right here.
Why?
Cause that just drove me crazy. I think I got issues with loud noises.
You think, girl?
Shut up.
Okay.
Hey! Hey everybody! We're here. Hey Regina.
We're
Lakeisha,
here.
thanks for tuning in with us.
Hey, ladies. Hey, sweet tea.
She ain't sweet.
Somebody.
Is that me still? Whose phone is that? That ain't my phone.
Oh, it's on here.
Oh. Welcome to another night of Ladies Sipping Tea,
Ladies
Pipe and
Sipping
Hot
Tea.
Podcast. Tonight in the studio with us, we have Mr. Shavon.
Oh.
He's
It
so
be
good.
on.
What you want to go on?
Be on
Right.
people.
Be
We
on
have
people.
Mr.
Like, we don't know no better.
Shavar Hayes.
Mr. Shapar, hey.
Veezy!
Hey.
What's happening?
But I'm just go ahead and say this. Whatever I say tonight,
Disclaimer.
blame it on this right here.
Don't do
What's that? Just the coke?
Look,
We don't do that.
it's that crown.
We don't play to blame it on the alcohol.
We don't play that
around
game.
here. You walk around here.
That's what it is.
Sweet tea checking in. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
All right. So before we get into the show, ladies, let's catch up.
Yes.
How's everybody? How's everything? Welcome back, Ambitious T over there.
Hey, bitch, right. You gotta get in the camera. I don't think they saw you.
They
Get
can't
in the
see you.
camera.
Oh,
Say
back
that.
and cute or whatever.
Y'all know we ain't had no camera help, no nothing.
Right, we just out here
The
struggling.
struggle was
She went on
real.
vacation and put us under.
Where they do that at?
I don't know. Speaking of where they do that at.
No, why you gotta tell that story?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So I got pulled over on the way here by the police.
Lord.
You know, whatever. this girl litters in front of the police. Like who the hell litters in front of the police? Like, don't give a fuck.
She go hard.
Golly,
doing
dang,
it.
I was like,
What did he say?
nothing. Nobody said anything.
What is she
But I was like, yo.
Yeah, what was it?
What?
What piece of it from my
Get this
straw?
paper.
What was I saying? Straw rapper, that you don't let that slide.
Oh, okay, good. I got nervous.
Whatever you got stopped for, that's the big bucks.
Oh,
Right.
well, you know.
Did he write you the ticket?
He did.
Damn.
What was you doing? Speak. Uh-oh.
But the first story is who the fuck litters in front of the cops? Like, just straight blatantly.
Ambitious.
Wait a minute.
Like, rolled the window down and was like, doop. I was like, oh, okay.
She did that.
God.
Wait a minute, though. You ain't gonna tell us?
You know, okay. Well, other than that,
But
but we
you
just been
can't redo that.
Oh, no. That was the funny
That was
one.
it.
Oh, yeah, I can't redo that.
Okay.
It just comes.
Okay, it just
Now,
comes
don't
now.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it
that was your week.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? He was really nice. Shout out to the Corner Police. He was really sweet.
Okay.
So I
You
don't
still gave
mind.
you that ticket.
He
You
did.
still gave
And
me
I
the
took it, and I'm going to keep it pushing. It
Okay.
is what it is.
We like
Oh,
those cops.
well.
Oh, yeah, I love them.
Eccentric T.
Yes.
How are you?
Wonderful.
I like your ponytail.
Blessed and highly favored. Thank you, honey.
I like
I had
that.
That's
to
the
do
black
a
people
40.
anthem.
She said,
Well, that's
how
what
we
the
play
week's
in
been
the
good.
back.
The week's been good. I've been
It
free
is.
and productive.
Okay.
I stayed at work tonight till almost 7:30.
Oh, wow.
Can't do
And
it.
I went in at 8.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, chasing that bag. Gotta
Get
get
that
that
money.
coin. You know, they
Gotta
offer
get that
overtime. I'm here for it.
Okay? These bills don't pay themselves.
Right. Hey.
Well, let me tell you guys about my week.
Okay.
Blessed and highly favored. No, I'm just kidding. Life is good. Let me tell y'all something. between what we went through Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tell about that real quick because we just got to give each scenario. So we have a weekly meeting. The ladies of tea. We don't know what it be happening to that other one over there in the corner. You know, say nothing, but you know, she put her head down. But we have our weekly meeting, and we're just, you know, we're conversing about what we're gonna do on the show and how things are gonna go. We start talking about just different topics. You know, interracial dating came up, and first of all, everybody give her a high five. Up high.
Up high. Down low. Too slow.
Oh my God. No, he went no.
Right, he was like, right.
It takes knowing this girl. I have known her since I was in middle school. She was in high school, and I know what it took for her to sit there and hold herself together. Because me and Chati had no freaking idea what was going on. But long story short, the man heard us talking about dating interracially. And listening so hard, the crazy part is he can't even repeat what was said. He just said, I fucking hate fucking racist ass people, and I'm about to take my family out of here. And he went off
And he
on
called
us.
me a racist cunt.
Oh, he said cunt.
Oh, yeah. You didn't hear him call me a racist cunt?
Yeah. I didn't even
He
hear
said, I heard
that.
everything you said, you racist cunt.
Was he standing up at that time, or was he still at the table? Do
He
you
was
remember?
sitting at the table still, facing me.
Oh, see, I didn't hear any of that part, but wow. It was just crazy. He really embarrassed himself. He embarrassed his family walked out with their head down.
Yes.
And it's so crazy because, again, we didn't say anything racist. Like, nothing racist. And the fact that you were listening so hard, sir, I'm just sorry. You
And
were
not paying
bitter.
attention to
And not
the
paying
family.
attention to the conversation.
Yeah.
Because if you heard the conversation,
There was nothing
you would have known
racial
that,
at all.
hey, I am open. I am down for the swirl.
Hey!
Okay?
For the swirl.
So we had that incident on
Yeah.
Sunday. My daughter is going through some things at school with friends, and it just I'm consistently trying to tell her why it doesn't fucking matter. But of course, you know, it's hard. So I'm happy that tonight I received an amazing message from my daughter. I'm done, y'all.
I thought I turned it down. I'm sorry.
I received an amazing message from my daughter, and it just showed me her maturity level, it showed me her growth, and it showed me that my words have not been falling on deaf ears. And then a racial incident happened at Broughton, and I'm like,
What is going on?
it makes me mad at this president, because I just feel like the more negativity that he brings in his position, the more negativity comes out. Now, I'm not saying racism didn't already exist, hate and discontent wasn't already around, and people didn't always not get along. However, this shit is getting back out of hand. I'm not going to say it's getting out of hand as if it wasn't once upon a time. But what I am thankful for, I always know, believe, and have seen it come to pass that when you go through a major storm, on the other side is beautiful. So I'm ready to get this motherfucker out of the White House and we can move on with life. In other news, my life is good.
Good.
Blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
So shout outs. Let's get the shout outs going so that we can get the show popping.
Shout outs. One thing I want to say to everybody who is watching, please share the video.
Yes.
And especially tonight with people not watching State of the Union, y'all can watch us.
I know that's right, because everybody was like, I ain't watching that shit.
Okay.
Alternative.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So you need to be on watching.
Yeah,
Let's do Pastor Barnwell. He be hyped. I ain't gonna talk until you come on and share. Share it and come back. Share it and come back.
Right, exactly. Share.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can knock those shout outs out the way.
So I have one, first and foremost, Locks, Naturals, and More. Natural Hair Salon and Academy. Come and see us. We have some talented stylists, locticians, natural hair care specialists, cosmetologists on staff. Can do anything and everything you need for your hair. Okay? And lashes, too. Nice lashes.
I do.
Yeah.
And you know what else we have? We have the most bomb atmosphere. And I love when the clients come in and say that. Like, oh my God, this is my first time here, but I love it. This is so this and so that. You know, it's home over there. We don't meet strangers over there. It's just beautiful. Beautiful.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, but keep going. I'm sorry.
So we have Miss Regina Sweet Tea, State Auto Care, SAC Trucking,
Busy Bees.
Busy Bees, Allure Memories.
No, it's Allure Inc. Oh, not you. I'm talking to her because she left it out.
Because she changed it.
No, she didn't.
Oh.
Allure Inc. Memories Are Forever Photography. Who else? What else we got?
Little blessings.
Little Blessings.
Child
Child care.
Okay.
Sessions Magazine.
Hey! Session Mag.
Brown's taxes.
And it's amazing.
Yeah,
I
Brown's
love the
taxes.
session.
Oh yeah, we got to get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Brown's taxes for all your tax needs. Y'all come on with some more. What you call it? Jewelry. The luxury. What is it?
Lock jewelry. Oh, Kim Perry with Embellish. Lock jewelry. Bestie events. Kim Perry and Buena. They do events, so anything that you may need, party planning, things of that nature, they can help you with that. Rebecca Scales, aka Avery. My friend, she does Mary Kay. So any of your makeup needs, marykay.com//R Scales, and that's RSCALES. And her number is 919-740-8051. And they have a promotion going on. So contact her for any of your Mary Kay needs, your makeup needs.
That's right. And beautifully and wonderfully made, health and beauty, Jaria Lackerson, Dr. Muhammad for clinical psychology. Special guest of the evening. Do you have any businesses you would like to shout out while you're on the mic?
Shout out to the Session Magazine.
All right.
And my brother John Brown. Shouts to you. Yeah, it's going to be a good year. 2018.
Absolutely.
Great things happening. Glad to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Glad y'all thought about me. It's my first time doing this.
Okay.
People been
We broke your cherry.
You know what I'm saying?
You know I'm old. I don't know what the hell a break You know, it's all good.
Nah, people been saying for a while I should, so I'm getting my feet wet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, dive on in. Go deep.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to go deep.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, let's
That's what that drink. Let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Give them some more cream.
Okay, well let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Our first topic of tonight, we're gonna play this little skit. Can you pull up what you posted?
I can.
It's 3 minutes long, so you guys bear with us. Most of you probably seen it on Facebook if you followed us.
Yeah,
you
I
saw it
don't
from
think
our
we need to
page
play the
or
whole thing.
not the whole thing. Just touch on the.
I would say I'll skip through it
It go by
because you got
fast,
2
though.
parts.
It does. It goes by pretty
Okay.
fast.
All
So
right.
while you're pulling it up, first of all, Mr. Hayes, what is your T name? We didn't tell you that you need a T
I
name.
already knew.
What's my team?
VZT.
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 So we have VZT in the building who I asked for a bio and I didn't get one. So I'm finna turn the
I
mic
did
over to
too.
him and he has to tell about himself.
Oh.
So do you want me to play it first or let him do his
Let him
bio?
go ahead and give
All
his
right.
bio and we're gonna jump on it.
Gotcha.
Shavar Hayes, aka VZT, I guess. Yeah, I'm a father. I sell cars for a living. I'm the co-founder and president of Session Magazine. It's been in business since 2012.
Awesome.
I think I'm a funny guy.
You just think so?
Yeah, I mean, low key, I want to be a stand-up comedian, but
Okay.
not really. So I use social media as like a platform to be able to get my wild and crazy thoughts
Okay.
out there, and I'm just
You
all
be on
about.
your Rihanna. I say you be on your Rihanna, your wild thoughts.
Yeah, wild thoughts. Just put it out there and then I go away. But no, I'm just all about, there's always an element of truth behind all the jokes. You know what I mean? So I think I use humor to make a broader point, and I think that it resonates with people a little bit better. You know what I mean, that way. So that's just my thing. But yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to. This is gonna be a good year for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that are in my circle, a lot of people that I feel connected to. A lot of things are happening. It's like budding, like right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm here for it.
Well, tell us about the birth of Session Magazine. How did it come about? What was the vision, before it came to pass and all that good stuff? What made you?
Yeah, it was my partner, my best friend. We grew up together, and he went to North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride. Shout out to A&T. He went to A&T for graphics, and he's the ultimate like hustler, like entrepreneur. Like he don't want to work for nobody.
I know that's right.
And so one day we were having a conversation, and he was just talking about how there has to be something out here for us other than just what we're doing. And he knows me like I'm with whatever, and then a couple weeks later he called me and was like, come through. I want to show you something. lived right around the corner. You know, I went to his crib, and he had the first image of the Session magazine on his computer, on his Mac. And I ran through his house. I was like, we out of here. Like, this is it. And it was a local DJ at the time. He was just playing around with ideas. But that was in November of 2011, and we were in print by January of 12. So
that's what I'm talking about. Move with it.
Yeah. So we were immediately profitable, you know, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's unheard of. And you know, we just kept it moving. And by our third issue, we had a sit-down interview with Tyrese Gibson.
Okay.
You know, and they just kept growing from there. Then later that year, we ended up at Fashion Week, and we kept building these relationships with people that, to be honest, we had no business building as a local publication from Raleigh. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about this market when you think about entertainment, fashion. You know what I mean? Like, so to be able to have that, the reach that we've had in this matter of 6 years now, I think is an awesome thing, because I've seen a lot of publications come and go, especially print, and the fact that we're still in print, it says a lot.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Awesome.
Now, where can we get the Session magazine?
So basically, you got to subscribe. www.thesessionmag.com. Subscribe to the magazine. We have relationships with. It's kind of like I call it a round robin system of where you can find the publication at, because we have, you know, certain boutiques or salons, barbershops, like, hey, put them in this month. You know what I mean? So it's never like a static, you know, group of points of distribution, but definitely if you subscribe, you can get 6 issues mailed to your front door. And it's $12 for the whole year.
Wow.
So it's bi-monthly, and 6 issues mailed to your home, and it's great content. It's we're like the new version of Jet magazine, about the same size. We focus on love, fashion, politics, health, sports, you know, you name it. And it's a great infusion of local and national, you know, celebrities and local movers and shakers, and that's what we're all about.
All right, now. Would you like to tell them who's going to be in your March edition?
Nope.
He said it quick. No.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about this one set of people that
subscribe.
Go to ad.
Who's going to be in our March issue?
Pipe and Hot Podcast. All right, so let's get into it.
All right.
Let's get this video.
You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Turn it up on me.
Is your phone
It's my
connected to
Bluetooth.
it? Oh, it's your Bluetooth? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
With your homeboy's password. You done or you finished? Mr. Derek Jackson, you seem to be very...
Look, I've been seeing a whole lot of talk about these new sex dolls. The ones that dudes are telling women they need to watch out for because they're about to take y'all place. But I also saw that these dolls cost $2,000 a piece. So my question is, why should women have to worry about a doll that y'all can't afford? Because half of y'all ain't got no job, so I know you ain't expecting no refund check. The other half of y'all still complain about $200 a month in child support, and you can't even take the girl that you do like on a real date to a restaurant that doesn't have a drive-thru. Or you want to Netflix and chill with your homeboy's password.
You done or you finished? Mr. Derek Jackson, you seem to be very informative. But a word from the wise, you don't have to downgrade men to uplift women. I appreciate the fact that you out here uplifting women, but what you're not going to do is shit on men, act like we're not out here working 9 to 5s and busting our ass every day, like we're not taking care of our kids, like all of us living at our mother's house, like we don't motherfucker pay our own Netflix bill. That's what you're not going to do, good brother. The whole sex toy thing is a joke, simply entertainment. Can't no sex toy replace no woman, ever. Correction, they can't replace good women, just like vibrators and dildos can't replace good men. But I will say this, women have made having sex toys a normal thing. They feel open and confident and comfortable telling you about what type of vibrator, bullet, dildo that they brought home or had in their drawer. Meanwhile, men that are interested in this sex doll are being looked upon as creeps and weirdos and sex offenders and rapists and murderers. They just want the same sexual privilege and option as women do with the sex toys. That's all. But what we're forgetting is that there's both men and women that don't even play with sex toys. The sex toy community is a very large community, but it's not everybody. Now back to you, Derek Jackson. You who the hell is Ryan Davis on steroids, Draymond Green looking motherfucker? And I hope the ladies are listening to this part. Men, including Derek Jackson, will say what they need to get what they need out of you. Derek Jackson, like some other terrible men out there, feel as though their value is raised by downplaying other men. As that you dating, trying to hit on you behind their boy's back. Why you messing with that nigga? He a lame. He don't pay your bills. He don't pay your rent. Come on now. Whole time you and your girl the happiest couple in the world, holding each other down, going through the bumps and the hurdles of life together. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. This the dude that try to fuck your girl when you drop her off at work. Derek Jackson, although he has some great informative information for women, plays on the emotions of women, the weaknesses of women, the insecurities of women, to propel himself in his career. I'm a realist now. The ladies like Derek Jackson because he's swole, he's tall, he says what they want to hear, and y'all want to see what the D is like. But seriously, he puts on this whole persona to get you to buy into him, like he really cares about your well-being or your relationships. If Derek Jackson was half the man Hilarious Omar was, he wouldn't just uplift women, he would also uplift men as well. There's already an agenda set in place to minimize the black man. In this era and generation, men's character is under attack. Our masculinity is under attack. Our brotherly love is lacking in our community. So many little boys and girls are being raised without their fathers. And that's not completely men's fault. We don't need people like Derek Jackson out here bashing men. We need people like Derek Jackson uplifting men. Ladies, what Derek Jackson is not telling you is that there's a growing number of men that are out here improving their conditions so that we can be better kings for y'all as our queen. And that's because he wants all the coochie for himself. Derek Jackson is the dude that be coming up behind niggas' back and telling their women, damn girl, your man don't know what to do with all that. He's simply a preacher that be fucking his congregation. Derek Jackson does not set the standards for men or women's expectations. And at the end of the day, Derek Jackson, when you get married, bruh, ladies, men love you way more than a sex doll.
Well then,
Well.
let's go. How say you, brother
Which
Veezy?
part we talking about?
All of it. Do you? Have you heard Derek Jackson also?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He said,
I'm familiar. I think that what Omar's saying is facts though. Like he does. It's a whole lot of the male bashing. It seems like a finesse to me, because there's this feeling of when you watch one of the videos, like he's coming off like he's perfect.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody that follows me, they know that I hold like both sides accountable, right? I think that there's this, because generally when you're talking about the issues that are related to male and female interaction, a lot of times the women react to it more because more often than not, they're the ones that are going through a lot of the issues that we're talking about, you know, specifically. Women deal with it more just across the board.
Right.
But I always make it clear that I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? Like, so I have an opinion, I have a strong opinion, but shit, a lot of my stuff comes from my own mistakes. All of it, actually. Like, so my growth and the things that I have come to know have come from going through great loss. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, I lost a wife. You know what I mean? And my fuck ups. You see what I'm saying? So I can speak to what not to do based on what I did and what I know, right? So it'll never come off like I think I'm perfect, because that's why I hate it when people draw comparisons to like a Derek Jackson or to anybody like that, because I don't consider myself any kind of guru or anything like that. I speak as if we were in my living room having a drink, talking about real shit. That's how I talk.
Right. That's what we all
what
about.
You know what I mean? Like that's what it all. That's what it really comes down to. So I draw, like I said, strong opinions based on my own experiences and what I see. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's the way, because you can get a point across without having to completely turn your back on the other side. You know what I mean? For men and women.
Right.
You know what I mean? Both sides of the fence. So yeah, what old boy is saying
That's
is
what my
true.
question was going to be to you, because I watched some of your videos, and one in particular today. Do you feel like, or do you get feedback sometimes that the fellas feel like you breaking the code, you telling some secrets, you sneak dissing, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you really be pulling cards, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear it.
He talked today, the one I listened to today, he was particularly talking about, oh man, I'd have to go back and listen to it. He was, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me, it was the one that you started off saying what y'all lying about today. You talked a little bit about session, and then you had other people come on. I didn't listen to all of that part, but before you led into pulling other people in your conversation, you were just basically talking about she not tripping if she coming to you about something bothering her.
Right.
You have to, you know, not everything requires money as far as taking her out and making her feel special. Those were some of the things I remember you speaking on. Basically telling brothers they need to do better.
Yeah, because and the thing is, it's not. It's like it's common sense, right? Well,
not everybody possesses that.
You want to believe. You want to believe it's common sense, and the thing is, again, I think. So into your question about every once in a while one of the homies would be like, bro, you giving all the cards away. I'm like, but at the end of the day, like, there's a level of accountability that we have to have as men because we are the leaders of this whole shit, right? Yeah. Like, we want to be looked at as leaders. We want to be alpha men and all that. We want to be kings and whatnot, but we don't necessarily understand all the tools that are necessary to lead the household, right? So even when I was in the thick of my marriage, I didn't understand all the tools that were needed myself, right? So I would look to other people as to influence, but I wasn't doing it enough. You understand what I'm saying? So when you take a step back and you out here, you on like this single train and you kind of looking around and you like, oh shit, I understand what she was saying to me now. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's basic principles that sometimes we have an issue with accepting the accountability, and we make a lot of excuses for the shit that we drop the ball on, right? Right. So speaking specifically to like dating, you know, it doesn't require a whole lot of money. It's just about your time. Right. The one thing I know almost for sure is that a woman that sees you putting in effort, that's the ultimate, that's the key. Yes. Effort is everything. If it happens to be, you know, wrapped in a handbag or something like that, it's cool. Right. But it's not necessary. Right. Right? Right. Like, it's all about the time. And so I think that I feel like this social media shit, man, let me take a sip.
I need one too.
Man, you got one of the brothers saying facts already.
This social media shit has completely changed the landscape of how we view dating, courtship, and the whole nine, right? Yes. Like, you know, we went to school together. We did. You know how I got down, right? I do. Right? Okay. So it's always been that way, right? I'm not going...
Yeah, this is nothing new.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have not changed.
But there was a time where we had to use our words, right? We had to speak. We had to meet somebody in person, with your phone number, right. Sit around, you know, in the bed, have a conversation, you know what I mean? Right. We don't do that anymore because we have access to like literally thousands of different people.
Look, just that,
right?
Exactly.
There was a time when text messages cost money.
Right.
Right? There was no, call me.
And you had to press the button 3 times
all
to
that
get it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it was a lot of effort. You couldn't even do that until after 7 o'clock.
Okay, you
right. How about it? I remember that.
Because thinking of wireless, you don't be on now.
Right? So then, but when all that changed, and then you look up, and now all we do is text all day and jump in DMs. Wow. That's it. So you can literally meet somebody from social media. You look up, you've been speaking to them for 2-3 weeks, and you've never heard their voice. Right. Because all you've done is text message, or you go from Snapchat to the Facebook DM to Instagram, because you post something on Instagram, now they in that inbox, then something on Facebook, now they in that inbox, then they text you on the side, right? So we're not even, the whole idea of conversing with somebody is lost.
It is. Yeah.
Like,
there's no true connection.
There's no real connection. So then on top of that, there was a time again when, you know, I first got my phone, you know what I mean? I might have a dozen girls in the phone. Right? I might have a dozen. Right? You know what I mean? I might have a cool dozen. But now, it's a couple thousand that I have access to because of social media.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I have access to that many. And not only that, I got all these visuals. I got their pictures. I got these. They look loose on Snapchat. I don't know if y'all know.
Yeah.
They look loose on Snapchat because they go away in 24 hours.
Right.
You want to see the get down? It's on Snapchat.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have Snapchat.
See, get with it.
Snapchat.
I don't
You know what I'm saying? So like, so now we have the visual. So now we're enticed by what we see, and we're driven by physicality. Right? So if this one ain't talking about nothing, all I gotta do is jump in this inbox over here. And that's all it is. So now we got all these distractions. This is men and women.
Yeah.
Because women are more distracted now than ever before. Like y'all want a situation where you have a man that, you know, you want somebody to care about you, pay attention to you and all that. But now you got all these different options, right? It's like going to the bakery and you got that little glass, you know, when you got the bakery, you got the glass joint, right? And you got all these pastries in front of you, right? Let me get that one. A little bit of that one, let me get that over there, right? That's what all these men that are jumping in your inbox. You got this one got 401k.
Yep.
This one kind of hood with it.
You can build you a man.
Build a man, right? Now you building a man from like all these different guys, right?
Yeah.
And so therefore you're not able to like actually place your attention on any one individual because we all are distracted because of this shit.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Archie Logan, hey Archie, he said microwavable situationships.
Wow.
Absolutely. That's what it is.
Like microwave popcorn.
Everything is microwave these days, though.
Like super fast, super quick, and super superficial. Just it's.
Right.
So let me ask you this though. So you speak on it, right? But tell us about you with that, because this is what I don't like, and so don't be this person. I hope. I don't like people that can speak on it, but are you doing it? Like, are you the guy that will just always text?
No, I'd be like, call me.
Okay, good.
Like the one thing I don't like is when I'm, you know, because I'm busy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we all get busy. That's nothing. We ain't no busier now than our parents were when they were our age.
Exactly.
Right.
But you know, when I get home and I'm chilling, you know what I mean, and I'm like, well, can I call you? And it's always abada. Like they all, you know, they always got something going on and they can't talk. I'm like, you can text my phone all day. Johnny on the spot. And then I say you want to talk, and you like abada. Like, you know what I mean? So no, like I'm all about having a conversation. It's not easy to just be compatible with somebody. You know what I mean? You got to actually talk to people to see if you have a level of compatibility, if your spirits align. Like, you understand? Like, and don't get me wrong, we grown. Like, if, you know, you got somebody that, you know, they good for one thing, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is what it is, but if you're in a situation where you're trying to actually build something with somebody, you can't do it through a text message.
Not at all.
You can't.
No.
I mean, so
what about you guys? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. That's it.
What about you guys? Are y'all texters or talkers?
I'd rather talk to you. I will text with you. And it just depends on the situation. Like my job, I'm able to talk on the phone all day. Somebody else's job, they may not be able to. So I'm lenient with, you know, what that is. But ultimately, I prefer to talk to you. You know, I would prefer to have. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your demeanor. Yeah. I can't tell your demeanor through a text message.
Right? Yeah. A text does not really relate,
and it gets annoying after a while.
Like,
you know
let's just talk. Like, call me. Let's make this quick.
But some people are not talkers.
You know,
like,
I may text you. You text back an hour later, and I'm busy an hour later, and I be like, "Come on, just call me. Let's talk about this and keep it pushing." Yeah. But
so I've been told that I don't have.
I agree, Keisha.
Texting etiquette. So it's probably best that I talk.
She said technology has hindered some people's ability to effectively communicate.
It sure has.
I agree.
And
I agree.
People who
some people
text
talk like texting.
Right? Yes. I can't stand that. What did you say? Like I gotta think about what you talk. Yeah.
Give me an example.
Oh my gosh. There was a guy and legit. I was just like, yo, he really talks like he's texting me, and that's a problem. Like grammar is fucked up. Like
you gotta like really read it so that he understands.
Like even like just communication, like just being able to have a conversation with somebody, that's getting lost.
Oh gosh.
Just a true conversation, like flow. You know what I'm saying?
Flow.
Back and forth, like
It's like
Are
anything
you-
else. You
are
lose
you
that
slow? Are you-
that
like,
part
what's
of your
going
brain
on?
is
It's
being
dead.
minimized.
Mhm.
It's like doing math. If I laid out a math problem and you had to actually write it out instead of pulling out a calculator, doesn't mean you don't know how to do it. It's
Right.
going to take you a little bit longer, right? Because you haven't done it in a long time.
Right.
Because we're so used to just pulling up the phone, swiping up to the calculator, and typing the numbers in and keeping it moving, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with communication. If you don't actually become accustomed to actually having to converse with somebody, you almost forget how to do it. You feel more comfortable texting because of the fact that you're not challenging that kind of. It's a bunch of closed-ended questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, one-word answers and just quick to the point, as opposed to some real back and
Dialogue.
forth. Yeah, real
I
dialogue.
want dialogue.
That's
right?
what it is.
Okay.
That's what drives me. Like people who are real short and just like simple. You know, it gets old quick. You know, and then text message grammar. Come on, y'all. Like that's a pet peeve of mine a little bit.
Right.
Women that don't know the difference between two and two. There.
Yeah.
I cut them off.
See?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, like
And don't let me try to correct you. This is a text message. I ain't about to be.
It don't
Yeah,
matter.
but you don't know me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
I'm the one
that
that go
don't
behind and fix the word and put the asterisk next to it. Like I handle like that. Now I mess up here or there.
Yeah,
I type up real fast. But
You ain't finna guilt trip me for correcting you.
right.
You need to be teachable.
Okay,
You need to be
fellas,
teachable.
I
Look, be teachable in 2018.
I hate to see it on social media and there's an edit button. I can't stand it. Go back and fix it when it's on social media.
Oh
Go
yeah.
back and fix it. Now I jack up stuff, but I see it and I go back and fix it.
Yeah.
Got to. Got to.
Yeah. But it should be teachable forever though.
So
Not
with
just
you
for that
saying that you lost a marriage behind it, so basically it's really kind of, I feel like it's what the old saying is, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but basically you don't miss what you had until you lose it. Like you don't learn these teachable situations until you've lost something that really meant something to you.
A lot of times
And that's when those things, like you said, you could recall things like, damn, this is what she was trying to say, you know, or you know, this, that, and the third. Like it really takes that sometimes for you to be like, wow, you know what I mean?
but don't let it keep taking that.
No.
That's crazy.
Right.
Like,
No.
Right, and that's the thing. Like you have to, it's again being teachable, coachable, with while you're in the fight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it's about. And you know, for me personally, like the level of the way men reach generally, men reach maturity is by way of our mistakes and learning from those mistakes, right? Because when I look back on certain conversations and certain arguments that we had that she just could not get through to me. You know what I mean? She couldn't get through to me because I took her for granted, I took the situation for granted. And then when you're on the outside looking in, and then you're now trying to build something with somebody else, get to know somebody else or whatever, and you realize how frustrating it is, then you take a step back and maybe karma came in, and it comes back on you in a way that you didn't expect, right? And then that's when it really hits you, like, damn, like, it ain't even that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard. Relationships in general are very difficult. Like, it's work from day one. Like, it's
constant.
It never stops. Constant. It does not stop. You have two people that literally came from two different walks of life.
Exactly. Trying to mesh.
Trying to mesh together and make all this line up
it ain't even natural.
and be ideal. It's not.
It's not natural.
It's not natural. It's really not natural.
It's
like
work.
all this fairy tale shit. No, it's not like that for real. It's not like the movies. Like you're literally coming in like, this is my shit, this is your shit. Can we figure out a way to make all this shit work out together? You know, this pisses me off. This is my pet peeve. Can you not do that? If you do that, can I be upset? Is it cool if I'm upset? Don't tell me how upset I can be.
Right.
Like, so what we do is we come in with these like, okay. So like somebody will show up to you. You know that they're not right for you. Right? At their core.
Okay.
But the package that they come with, because there's a sense of desperation. You've been alone for so long, tired of sleeping alone, and somebody finally wants to step up and show you some real attention. Like, it really fuck with you. But there's some shit with them that doesn't align with you. Right? But you allow them in because they're the first one to actually give genuine effort. Or they taking me out, showing me a good time, sex is good. Right? All of that. But there's some shit that you know eventually is going to catch up. And so what we do is we spray the shit with cologne and perfume, right? That's what we do. Just to have that feeling of being cared about. Somebody wants to spend some time with us for real, right? But eventually it comes back up. It comes up in a way because all that stuff, the glitter fades away. It's like buying a new car, right? You go first get your new car, it's brand new. You get it washed every weekend.
Yeah.
Keep that motherfucker about 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Right, how about 6 months? Right, you look out and you wash in like 3 months. You got Wendy's boxes in the bag. You let your kids eat in the car.
But shoot, day one,
Right.
that was my baby. Look
Let
at
me
my new
ask you
baby. I
something.
was married the other time.
Let me ask you something because it's going to take us into our next question. Wait.
I was just going to say, I remembered something that was in the video. You were talking about, it jumped out my head. No. As soon as you stopped me from talking.
So one thing that I wanted to say when you were talking is my grandmother always told me to find somebody that is equally yoked. You really, really, really got to find somebody that really does fit you and that is your equal on many levels. So not just anybody
on the
can
surface.
get, you know what I'm saying? You. So you really have to be very choosy about who you date, who you spend time with.
It was about the taking your girl somewhere and somebody walk up. I can't remember if they had dealings with them, hadn't had dealings with them, or whatever, and you get introduced as a friend. And you started saying, I ain't paying another bill. I'm not going to cook for you. We ain't going on another date. Now I'm your friend. Right. Basically you were saying vice versa, men and women. When you go somewhere, we just standing next to each other. That don't mean, we an item or we here together, whatever. Like, you basically got to speak up and let folks know, you know what I'm saying?
Look.
Go ahead.
Men are really afraid of the "what are we" conversation.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are we?
Women
doing?
are too.
What? Yeah.
Women are too.
Because a lot of women.
As much as men, though.
Well, maybe not as much, but a lot of women I've noticed now are kind of okay with the idea of us kind of kicking it and not really having to say we're exclusive, right? Not really having to say that we're an item, we're together. I make a joke. I call it, y'all go on these eucations. You know what a eucation is?
Yes, what is that?
A eucation is when a nigga funds the whole trip. Y'all in Miami, he done spent $1,000 on the trip, right? You all in the camera like this with the Atlantic Ocean behind you and he taking the picture.
Yep.
Y'all at dinner. Hold on now. Tell me when I'm lying. Find the lie. Y'all all at dinner, table this big. This nigga right here, you take a picture of your plate. Right? Look, your plate. It ain't net. Look, if I'm looking on Instagram, oh, she took herself on a vacation. Oh, you just went down there for peace and tranquility, huh? Right? Meanwhile, a whole nigga is there.
Right.
He beating it down every night. Look, you strategically take a picture in the full length. You in the hotel room in the full length mirror. His luggage ain't nothing to be seen. No signs of a nigga. Here you go with the selfie. It's just you. You on Snapchat, you in the club, you doing this, you doing that. I'm like, damn, she really went to Miami, treated herself real nice. Meanwhile, he funded the whole trip. Yeah. That's a eucation.
Yeah.
Why? Because y'all got them hoes washing. Right? Y'all got hoes just like us. Right? So you don't want to mess your stuff up because this is a situation shit. This ain't real. We ain't committed yet. Right. We ain't committed.
What was that, babe? It was like, listen, if I leave all my hoes for you, and we break up, you want me some hoes.
Yeah. Because you got, you don't want to mess up the next vacation. Oh, she in Miami with the next nigga.
Vacation.
Tell me when I'm lying.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
That's a vacation. Y'all be everywhere with everywhere with nobody.
Who's taking the picture though?
That nigga is the photographer. he done got into a new line of work and didn't even know it. I mean, pay for the whole thing. Babe, I booked the ticket today. Is this date is February 28th gonna work for you? Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna pick you up. And I'm gonna pay for everything. Just show up. That's all you got to do. Okay, you gonna be my photographer? Because that's what's going on.
Where the hell go?
Right.
Oh my gosh. I cannot.
Before we go into this next question, that was so good. With everything that you know now, would you say you would have fought harder for your marriage, or do you feel like it's still just, even though you messed up, there was just a part that we weren't compatible?
No, it wasn't lack of compatibility. It was, when you break somebody's trust,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
That's the soul.
I mean, look, it's the truth.
It's the truth.
You break somebody's trust.
It's okay.
And I was so mad for a while because I kept saying, like, why don't you, that happened in such and such. I've been doing this and that. And she would be just looking at me like, every time I say I'm going to do something, she looking at me with the side eye, and I didn't understand. Because in my mind, I thought that X amount of time meant you forget about it.
Oh, no.
I thought the X amount of
You
time
can't be
meant
going out with the same homies
that my leash got longer. It takes years and years to rebuild trust after it was broken.
Yeah, it does.
You understand?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've had my heart broken. I know men can't take it.
They sure can.
You know we can't
They
take
break y'all down.
what we put out. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what happened, and I had to accept the fact that my mistakes were grave enough that I looked up one day and there was no turning back for her. Right? And that's still my dog.
Yeah.
That's my dog. We co-parent. That's my best friend. But like at the end of the day, I had to accept the fact that, man, Veezy, you fucked up. You understand what I'm saying?
But you own that.
I own it. I don't have any issue with owning it. And anybody, when I call myself dating or whatever, and they say, well, what happened? I'll tell you straight up what happened. I wasn't a great husband. Right? I wasn't a great husband. So what I've become now, as far as how I see myself and how I see that time of my life, I look at it as literally 2 different books. I closed the book on that part of my life, and now I'm looking to move forward with this part of my life in a new book. You know what I'm saying? So I'm battle tested.
It's a new chapter. It's a whole new book.
I know that's right.
It's a whole new book. So to your point, yeah, I would have I could have fought harder, but she was so far gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever comes her way that's positive, she deserves every bit of it. And there won't be any shade or anything like that coming from my side because I know what she deserves, right? See, women, y'all have to understand that there's when you understand your worth, like your value, the whole game changes. Y'all in control from the jump. Y'all have all the control. Men, we're leaders, but we don't have the control that you all have. We move to the beat of you all's drum, right? And you know what I always say? I say hashtag require what you desire, right? Whatever it is that you desire to have, you have to make it a requirement.
Yeah.
Because the way we're wired differently. Men are going to give the bare minimum, right? We're going to give whatever is required or whatever is needed in order to have what we want from you, right? Even if we see you as a wife, right? Sometimes we have to be taught how to love you because what works for you may not work for the next woman.
Absolutely.
So it has to be a requirement.
Yeah.
I agree with the whole women knowing their worth, but I just feel like it's still the flip side as well. Men need to know their worth too, because I think if men knew their worth, they would do a lot of things differently too. There's a lot of men out here that don't know that they're kings in the inside, so they act like fucking peasants. So it's not always women that need to know their worth, because even a prime example, I think if men understood their worth, they wouldn't sleep around a lot. And not to say that women don't. I'm just saying from another standpoint, it's not always women needing to understand their worth. If men understood their worth, they would go through life a lot different as well. So it's both ways. But let's jump into this next question.
Let me intervene real quick and say this. Viewers, please comment, call in, and also if you have any topics or questions, comment them below. We'll address them.
Oh,
the number is 919-945-6907.
And
please.
It's on the thread. But
yes.
And we'll address the comments that's already up there.
Yes, definitely. We see you.
Let's take it to the next one, babe.
All right. So,
and let me just say this real quick. I'm really sorry. Y'all pray for me. I'm so mellow tonight because that look is calling my name.
Right, you is like
Just go outside and take.
Down.
Lord, I'm being strong.
Just sip
right
on
now.
your whatever you
Girl.
got. What's that?
You don't take a sip and
I'm
shut the
sipping
hell up.
on life. Damn, this shit just. Damn.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what
Thank you for
I want the
thank
old
you for
spice
your
back.
encouragement. Oh no, it ain't that I'm changing none of that. I'm just going through right now. But thank you
I
for your
know.
encouragement of
I've
me.
been trying to, but like,
Thank you, friend, sister. Thank you. Love you.
take a drink.
Let me get to this question that was posted. I believe Veezy
I'm not
posted
serious.
this one, but it's from the Shade Room. And it says, I've seen men leave 5 to 10 year relationships, turn around and get married to a woman he's known for 6 months, and does all the things his ex always begged him to do. Word of advice, stop preaching to these men. They hear you. He's not going to ever be the man you want him to be because you're not the woman he wants to be with. People change for who they want, period.
Now, before you go on, read his comment, because that was just VZT's comment.
Okay. Is it going to pull up? You have it up?
Sorry.
Oh, there it is. Okay. BCT said, we change based on our own personal growth. A good woman definitely contributes to it, but the lion's share of our maturity comes from our own aha moments. And women have to stop trying to change us. Alterations are always needed, but start change just won't happen. You probably just aren't compatible. Shrug.
Did you throw in shrug?
Shrug.
That's facts.
Yeah, I mean,
We change based on, again, our experiences, and no one woman is going to change any one man. It's just not. Like, it comes from us being ready to be prepared to be what the next woman needs us to be. You know what I mean? Like, if you walk into a situation and you think that, you know, y'all treat it like a project. You know what I mean? Like, I can fix this, and I can fix that, and I can upgrade this and upgrade that. Like, and both sides have to build each other up.
right, have to feed into each other.
Right. But if there are things happening that are constantly and consistently going on that don't gel well with you, you're not going to change that pattern for him. Like, it may be the right person, wrong season.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all might have a great time together, and y'all laughing, joking, everything is cool, but he may not be meant for what you need in that particular space. Same thing with men. She may not be what is needed for me at that time based on where she is in life. She's still in the club every week. I ain't got time for that.
No, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't know how to present herself on social media. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you reach a certain level where, you know, you have to understand what is right for you, right? And you come to that realization on your own, whether it be based on what you've been through, whether it be based on seeing the experiences of other people.
Okay.
But it's not going to be any one person just coming in and changing you up.
Right.
So, if you are with somebody you're dating, whatever the case may be, and you are seeing things that kind of don't gel, do you attempt to discuss it or tell them what's, you know, like what the issue is and allow them to? Or at what point you just like, you know what, this ain't it, let me bail?
No.
Like, at what, like, do you have like 3 strikes you're out? Like, or what, you know, what do you do?
Nah, I mean, yeah, you have to. People always talk about communication, right?
Okay.
And I feel like people don't really understand what that word really means. They think it just means you talk. Like, you're getting way deep, and you're having uncomfortable conversations with somebody about what's going on. Like, bro, let me tell you something. What you did the other night, you know, I've been thinking about it, and I didn't say anything right away because I wanted to make sure I came at you the right way.
Absolutely.
But we need to go ahead and address this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to give people the opportunity to show you better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and if you're rocking with somebody and you care about them, you know what I mean? That's necessary because, again, we don't know. Like, when 2 people come together, they don't know what. I can't be with you and know what's going on. I can't read your mind.
Right. So I have to communicate.
You have to communicate it to me.
Right.
Like, bro, I have a real issue with you never showing up on time.
Okay.
I have a real issue with you getting missing for hours at a time. Whatever it might be, I'm bringing it to you as a man, as a woman, whatever, and we need to address this right now because this is a major issue and you're showing me a pattern.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it has to be addressed. It has to be communicated.
I mean, I can relate to that question in general. I was married for 20 plus years, and I was very patient. You know, we both made mistakes. We were young, fresh out of high school. But ultimately, you know, by the end, you know, you grow apart, and then there were things, resentments of not actually getting to do things over, you know, right out of high school, boom, kids, family, marriage, you know, all that. But there were some things that I just, you know, needed that I felt like I wasn't getting. So now, divorced, and he's remarried, he's everything I wished he could have been. But, you know, timing, like, he just wasn't ready. I don't know the majority, I'm not going to put that on him, but, you know what I mean?
And did your needs change as you got older and matured?
The needs that I required from him?
Right. Because like you said, you all were fresh out of high school. At 17, 18, I am not the woman I am today.
Very different, right. I agree. They're different now. But as a wife, yeah, those things I would still say I need now. I have a different understanding of how to go about them.
Okay.
Moving forward. But you know, I can relate. I just feel like I gave my everything I could in a long time span. I mean, half of my life. I'm only 43, so half of my life. And now, boom, you know, everything that I wished you could have been for me, and I had your kids. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, it happens.
Have you all ever stayed in a relationship even though you knew it probably was not the best for you just because of the time you've put in and the energy you've put in and the work you've done?
I have.
No.
I have.
No, hell no. Have you?
Yes.
No. Have you?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it has to end.
You want to believe that you can make it work.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I'm just not the walk away. I give more chances.
How much time are you talking about? Because for my marriage,
Okay,
to me, 5 years was too damn long. So
okay, so like, let's say that you have put in 5 years, and you have been together, y'all been through a lot, y'all done acquired some property, some whatever. Then it's like, you know, this is not working, but I'ma stay. I'ma try my best because we have a house. We have kids. We have this. We have, you know what I'm saying?
I tried my best because I wanted things to work out. I can't even say so much as for him. I just never planned on marrying more than once or getting a divorce after I said I do. But after the fight was gone, like I can't do it. You know, or for me, honestly, I felt like nobody was no longer in the ringer. Neither one of us was fighting. We were just going through the motion, and that's not what my life is gonna ever be like on any levels. So I mean, 5 years was a long time, so I guess I could say, yeah, I have, but I ain't doing no 10 to 20.
It was like, yeah, no, I can't.
She said I ain't doing that.
If you was
That's
doing
a
it,
Well, luckily
second
it was in
minute
my
out.
younger years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, just being old and miserable,
So tell me something.
I'm not.
You remember I told you we was stalking your page, right? This one where it says, if she's uncheckable and never apologizes, the dick is trash.
Yes, facts.
That's the truth?
Facts.
That's the truth.
She ain't just headstrong.
Well, I mean,
Nah.
it's a few things that trash. First of all, I feel like, you know, I have seen a lot of relationships, and, you know, I'm very observant. And
No.
there are some men.
Let's go back real quick. Don't blame it on other relationships. You got entirely 2 crumps. So if you looking, your dick is trash. You see how hype she got.
No, I'm just very passionate. I'm just very passionate.
I'm just playing. Go ahead.
But you know, so Jill Scott did a interview on the Breakfast Club, and she was like, if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. So it's not just about the dick being good or you know, or whatever, but if you aren't a man, like if you aren't in that position,
if you ain't on your king shit,
then I'm sorry, I can't. Like, no, you can't check me. Why? Who?
And that's
who you
what
talking
I mean.
to? You know what I'm saying?
Just,
like, if I can do that to you, then no.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes
so
you
the
can't
dick is
have,
trash, probably. But then like you are weak on multiple levels.
That's my thing. Weakness is a fucking turn off for me. But I done seen some good.
But you know,
just
you ain't got to punch in my eye. But you just need to be a little strong. You know what I'm saying?
Don't nobody.
You know
what you asked for.
Right? Like,
you ain't asking for your ass beat just for a strong.
But I just need for saying, like be in that position because I'm gonna try my best to treat you like that. You know what I'm saying? But when I see that you can't uphold it, god darn, like
yes. And most of the time, women start off that way. And I said women, not girls, not ladies, but women start off treating you like a king anyway, regardless of what you're doing.
So all you gotta do is maintain it. That's. You know what?
Not always.
You start off with the A.
Not always though.
Well, with me.
Come in starting off treating us like kings.
Well,
no, listen. A lot of these women are broken.
But a pushing.
So that's why I said not
you start off
I said
with
good
negative.
women. Good women.
Well, but that wouldn't make you a bad woman, though.
Well,
it doesn't make you a bad woman, but it makes you a not ready woman. When you're broken, you need to put yourself back together before you try to give yourself to somebody else. Don't go to somebody broken and expect them to put you together.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make you a bad woman.
With the A in my class, and you can either keep your A or it'll drop.
She gets enough high.
Up high,
down low, too slow.
I mean, like, yeah. So I'm gonna start you here.
Yeah.
Now if you drop the ball, then you drop the ball. I can't do nothing. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna have you start from the negative just because I had some bullshit go on last year with that other dude. Like,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't people do that all the time? That's so unfair.
It's so unfair.
That's what's wrong with the what?
It's unfair to everybody.
Because what?
Of their past.
The men and women, or just the men?
Both.
Oh, both. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Both.
Absolutely.
But
It's
sometimes
unfair to
people don't
both.
realize they're broken, though. You don't think about it. Vulnerability is real. Like, if you've been through a crazy situation, men and women, like, you've been through a crazy situation that you think you're ready for, you put yourself out there, and you come across somebody, and you're still carrying the burden from that previous situation, you don't even realize you're doing it.
But you know what?
Time between relationships.
Yeah, but the thing about that is, you see that more often with this incident happened and it brought back something. We talking about them broken ones that go in like, that nigga lie.
Yeah.
They
all cheat.
Oh, she posted a picture with cleavage. She a thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's not. It's a difference in broken and you got a little crack that you ain't really, you got a little crack in it you ain't know about, and then something came up and all that crack spread a little bit. So now we can fix that. But bitch, you broken, go fix. Go fix yourself.
Right. Hey.
Then come back.
Yeah. I can't do nothing with you. With you with an empty cup. Like, if I'm empty, I'm broken, I ain't got nothing to give you. What the hell is the point?
And vice versa. Oh shit! This one was the bomb too.
No, which one?
Your page is like. Let me tell y'all. If y'all need some entertainment, I don't care if it's late night, early in the morning. Because even what you posted this morning, you posted what I was thinking. Because people don't call me at 5 o'clock in the morning. I jumped up like, what the fuck is wrong? And then when it was a number I didn't know, and it was Wake County, I was like, for real. But this one, don't. And first I need to know what the thought eyes is anyway. But don't send me those thought eyes after 10 p.m. unless you plan on feeding me. What you eating?
I didn't.
I'm going to eat whatever's necessary to eat. But listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's go to spade now. All right? You send me them thought eyes. Y'all know the thought eyes are.
What's the thought eyes?
Them damn eyeballs. Oh, they the thought eyes. Okay, let me tell you something. Context is
now I know. Right,
if it's 12 o'clock in the day, it's like, hey, what's up?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it's 10:30 at night,
like, hey,
what's up? What's good? You
know
know what I'm saying? Like that's
oh God.
So I'm like, don't play around with me unless you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You ready to eat? Right?
Oh, that's she eating. Because right here you said feeding you.
Yeah,
who eating? Everybody got to eat.
I might, everybody gonna eat, okay? Everybody gonna eat.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? But just be prepared. Just know what you're getting yourself into.
Uh-oh.
You know
She know what she getting herself into.
Yeah, but they act like they don't.
Well, that's because she don't want to put herself out there like that.
But you put yourself out there when you see them thought eyes.
Right. I mean, for you, but not necessarily like
trying to play cute and shit. Look, when you send me them thought eyes.
So you rather her just hit you up and be like, yo, I want you to bust it down. You don't want the cat and mouse.
That actually be great.
Really?
Yes.
So you don't want the cat and mouse?
No, I don't need all that. I'm grown. I'm about to be 35. Like, I don't need that. Just tell me what's good. You know what I'm saying? Don't be playing with me because then, it's all this consent and stuff. Y'all need consent. I need you to go ahead and make it. I need you to make it plain.
Make it plain.
Sometimes it's fun. It's just fun. It's entertaining. It's everything ain't gotta be like.
That's when we get to a certain level, okay? But listen, all right. If you know I put it down, you need me to put it down, just go ahead and tell me you need me to put it down.
Oh.
You agree with me anyway. I'm just looking at this one
What?
about men knowing their worth too. That's good.
Yeah, maybe I know their word.
You know.
Okay, so last one and I'm done. Y'all can take it if you want to, but I'm done after this. Wait, I lost it. This one. Wait, is it this one? No. Yes, this shit was funny to me because y'all don't know how many people have done this. I'm not gonna lie, I done it one time, but this whole Facebook dry snitching where it said you was on and you wasn't.
Bruh, man.
What happened?
Listen, first of all, here's the thing. Can everybody see me right now? Look, I need y'all see me. Let me turn my mic a little bit so y'all can see me.
Right, is this
Look.
thing on?
Hey,
This thing
hey.
on.
If I say I'm sleep, I'm sleep. That's it. I'm sleep. I don't care what Facebook Messenger said. I don't care
Oh
if it said I
yeah,
was
the
active.
little light was on.
Yeah, they got my green light on. I was
Yeah.
asleep. I don't know what they talking about. Now
Yeah.
Instagram got it too.
Right,
What they tell you?
right.
Is that you ain't even
You
know?
can't
See,
go by that.
That's what I'm saying. They need a
But
terms and conditions
don't
agreement.
post on Snapchat. Don't get caught.
What are terms and conditions agreement?
Yeah,
Tell
they
me.
do that.
That's
They
a good
do.
read right there.
It is. a
Yeah,
good
like
read.
tell me. You know what I'm saying?
But you right. That lighter had you fucked up.
Yeah.
That lighter
I
had you
was asleep.
fucked up. You be like, this nigga told me he
That was
going to bed and then this light
I
on.
said I was asleep. Facebook dry snitching, and I'm telling you, women are behind it.
Yup.
Yup.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Turn the camera off.
Yep. Y'all behind it.
Wait a minute.
Y'all damn detective first 48
We are behind
ounces.
everything.
What I say,
Y'all
you ain't
behind
say,
it.
you ain't say.
Y'all went from having to
Yeah.
actually, y'all went from having to work real hard to find out some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Now we don't even know what. Look, Facebook made it a couple years ago where if I post a status, it tells you where I posted the status from. Why is that necessary? It's a focus group full of black women.
Oh,
Yup.
Nigga, give me some. Y'all
I refuse, huh?
You better hit him. You closest.
Listen.
We don't be stalking y'all like that. No,
Y'all don't?
No.
Y'all are master detectives.
I ain't gonna
Women,
lie, dude.
black women especially, are master
Daughter.
detectives.
Up high.
Okay, y'all gonna figure some shit out, and now they making it easy. We don't even know half the
I could probably have
time.
a
You
job.
told me goodnight at 10:03. You told me goodnight at 10:03, but you were
Right.
active on Facebook at 11:37.
That's me.
You got
Oh my
something to say?
God.
I'm like,
And with these group text
I
messages,
don't
I
know.
can get
Maybe I
all
was
my
on my
girls
sleep
at
when I
one
woke up and I
time.
swiped my exit. I
I
don't
know
know what
what
happened.
But if somebody send you an inbox, it's gonna light up. You know what I'm saying? You may be asleep. If somebody send you an inbox, it's
Well, why?
still gonna say you active.
Why?
Oh, I didn't know
Why?
that.
Why they need to know? Why? If I send a message, okay. If I send a message, why do I need to be notified when the recipient reads it?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Well, tell me why.
I don't have no reason. I don't
It's
have
a black women focus group.
Why it gotta be black women though? Why
Because
can't it be women in general?
y'all the master detectives.
No, it's some white women that's good at that shit too.
They are.
Law and Order.
But it's a little bit different with y'all.
You told me you got off at 5.
Next caller. Shit. Right, but look, that's what I told you today. Like, you good? Don't worry about it. I got this. And when he didn't send the bio, I was like, don't worry about it. I got it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true.
Oh,
You want to read it?
Kentrell said.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was
Kentrell. He said, to treat me like a king, you have to realize you have one. Have you? Oh, shoot. It's not Kentrell. No text. Wait. I can't see it no more.
I got it. I got
Thank
it.
you.
I got it. Have you had enough examples of been trained to see what a king is and what he's supposed to do? Also, do you have enough strength for submission? My view, following or being led takes a lot of strength as a woman, but I don't think our culture teaches our future queens that.
I can agree to that.
Yeah, I can definitely agree.
I think we could do better for sure.
I think it comes from, though, us having to be so independent.
Exactly.
And
I was raised by a single mother. So I had to do things for myself. Point blank. Like, I'm drilling stuff on the roof, doing stuff. Like doing all kind of stuff. And then I had to learn quick. Like, I had to learn how to be
And then
more
some
submissive.
men, you know, I use my ex-husband as an example. I don't give a fuck. He allowed me to be the man. He allowed me to take charge role, and it worked for him because he was very soft-spoken and dubbed down. So he figured all I got to do is work and give her the money. She'll handle all the business. She'll handle all the important stuff. And that's how we flowed. Yeah. So with me coming from a situation like that, going to a situation where they're more, you know,
take charge,
stronger, take charge, and outspoken, I gotta Rejuge.
Right, you gotta
You
get
know, I
everything
gotta
together.
get myself together. Like,
You
wait
do.
a minute, I
You
ain't
do.
used to hold up. Who you
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
You know, so not to make excuses for it, but I think that's where it comes from.
It
Women
does.
having to be so
Definitely.
independent.
I was
Well,
That's one of the things, but I also agree with Bria James, where women are raised to be like, you don't need a man. I think that's the worst thing you can tell your daughters. I'm just sorry, ladies.
That's horrible.
It's the worst thing you can tell
Well,
your
yes, you do
homegirl,
need a man.
and
What
most of
you
all,
gonna
it's
do?
the worst thing you can tell your damn self. So
Yeah.
stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop lying to yourself.
Right.
Depend on one. That's a difference.
No,
Well,
it's
how-
really
Say that
not.
one more time.
She ain't somebody that need a man. She just don't depend on.
Don't
him.
You shouldn't depend on
You shouldn't
anybody
have
when it's
to.
based on moving forward in life. But at the same time, you should need a man and have a good enough man that you can depend
Yeah,
on.
that
So
you
don't
can.
accept it if you can't depend on him.
Right.
But we
It's
do
okay to
something.
depend on him if
Sure is.
he's there to take care of things
Mm-hmm.
when you
depend on
need
each
him
other.
to. But I will not. I don't want to use the word need. You know what I'm saying? I get what she's trying to
That's what I
say. I'm
said.
trying to word it.
Yeah. You don't want to
You
be
know-
in a situation where you have to compromise anything about you because a man
Right.
has to take care of you. Like,
Right.
like, you know, you ain't got no education, you ain't got no job,
That's
you
what
just
Yeah, so
hope
I
and
gotta
pray
sit
that
here
some
and shut
man
up.
will take care of you for the rest of your life. You don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah, no, you ain't shit. That's just not a good woman. to do that.
Right.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have put it so harshly. Regina Sweet Tea says it's hard. I mean, I ain't reading the whole thing, but and she's absolutely right. There are so many things in this world that's hard, but I promise you guys, everything is a daily choice. It truly is. So even when it comes to what we're talking about submitting when you've been strong and independent and on your own and all of those things, it's a daily choice. It's a situational by situational every moment choice that sometimes you just gotta be quiet and tell yourself to what to say and what to do before you
You can
speak
choose
and
your
before
battles.
you act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
It's
mean, it's
fluid.
hard, but just consistently encourage yourself to
It's
do
fluid.
it.
It's fluid, and you got to recognize when a man is actually trying too.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
Right.
a man is actually putting forth that effort. Sometimes, just my experience of what I've seen, a lot of times women don't necessarily recognize it. You know what I mean? Because of what they ate, what they've been through, and if they're a single mom or just having always been on their own, they don't necessarily recognize when a man is actually putting forth that effort for her. Because we can sense I'm not saying you come in fully broken, but you have brokenness, right?
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
can sense that
Yeah.
brokenness that's in you, and we're trying
Some
to.
people hone in on it.
Well, yeah, some people do hone in on it, but I mean, we're trying to fix that piece of you that we know is broken by way of showing you through action. Because it ain't like, niggas just be talking. Like people talk like all day long. Men, women talk. Like I'm gonna do this, I can do that.
Right.
I do this in the bed. I'm this, I'm that. It's always talk. Like you gotta show me.
Absolutely.
Like show me what you all about. Show me through your actions and do it consistently. You know what I mean? Like and and with that, you got to recognize that somebody's putting forth a genuine effort, and you act accordingly based on that effort.
Yeah.
And if they open themselves up to you and say, "Look, I got you. You just need to come here. Allow me to let me do what I do. Allow me to do what I do, and take care of what needs to be taken care of, and then everything else will fall in place." But if you resist that, as men especially, we start to resent that type of resistance that a lot of independent women may give. We don't like that. Like if we know what it is that you've pretty much expressed to us that you need, and we say, all right, we're gonna step up and provide those things, but because you still have that wall up, we're gonna resent you for that. And then as men already with wanderers and all that already naturally, and it's easy for us to remove ourselves from the equation based on that. We start checking out. You start checking out, and then you all
Mentally.
internalize that, and now you're pointing the finger back at us. And I'm like, bro,
You didn't even see.
you didn't see what was going on right in front of you. So I get the place that it comes from, but again, you can't discount what's happening right in front of your face.
Reasons don't make it right. And then what you're saying also goes back to this. And ladies, hold to this if you don't hold to anything else. It still goes back to that microwave that you're looking for. When your man is showing effort, you might not become, or you guys together may not become what you envisioned as a little girl right away, but give it time and let it build. Don't microwave your relationship by saying, oh, he ain't making enough money right now, or he ain't spending enough time with the kids right now, he ain't eating enough pussy right now. I mean, anything, whatever he ain't doing enough of now, but he's showing effort, give him time. And vice versa for the men too, because I've seen men out here that's like, oh, she just has no zeal to want to do this or do that. She just want to do this and do that. Well, light each other's fire, and in the process of lighting the fire, give it time to burn. You know, don't
say your word, Nick.
What's my word, girl?
Reset.
Reset button, baby. Man, listen, I reset every day. That's like the best thing you can do for yourself, guys. When it's not just going to sleep and waking up and saying it's a new day, I'm gonna do something different. It's internally resetting your heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Going in yourself and looking at what's going on. What was bad about me yesterday that I need to fix today? I think we said this the other day on the show. And if it wasn't that day, it was one day. And if we haven't said it, you're hearing it now. Nobody can be you better than you can. So when you competing with somebody, compete with that person in the mirror and be a better person tomorrow than you were today. And as long as you're competing with yourself, you ain't even focusing on the wrong around you. You ain't focusing on the world around you. Just becoming so much better. Then that's it. That's all you got. And then all the brokenness in you, it'll heal. It'll get better. It'll glue itself back together. And when it break again, you will be strong enough to put it back together a little faster. It's just life, you know. And live it. Live it without boundaries. Live it without fear. And live it without lack of sex. Amen. Let's go.
Hey, up high. I think
That
my issue is the shadiness in this generation. I mean, it's always been around. I mean, it's been around when our parents was around. But just the shadiness as far as, you know, your homies, friends, you know, they'll try to holler at you, you know what I'm saying? The homegirls, you know, try to holler at somebody. Like, it's so much of it till you don't know how to. I think that's where some of the distrust comes from. It's so much of it going around.
Let me ask you this, though. How much time we got left? Y'all, does anybody know? Because we didn't start right at 8.
It's 9:22 right now.
We'll take it to 9:30. Let's do this real quick.
Okay.
Hey, Anika,
How many times have you, as a woman, right?
Okay.
And follow me, because I'm not saying this is always the case, but just so happened that I know for me as a woman, sometimes I want to know, like, what's going on with your homeboy? Why he act like that? Why he do this? Why he do that? And sometimes I see the way that you look at me, and you looking at me like you would treat me better than him. But I ain't coming to you to step to you on that level. It's just that you gonna tell me something. You feel me? You might not even tell me about him, but you gonna school me to something. So sometimes the females reach out to the homeboys, okay, and it's just in conversation. It's not so much as to. So I'm going to what you're saying about shadiness. It's not. Sometimes we seeking the right thing from the wrong people, and it just don't turn out looking good. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it can look very. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I posted something about that on my Instagram.
So I guess the question is, should you go to the homeboy?
Yeah, like do you holler at the homeboy like?
What you asking the homeboy?
What's up with your boy? Why he act like that? Why he treat me like that? You cannot do that.
No.
And if he ain't asking and treating you the way that you should, then you maybe just take
there's a G code that's in place between men.
Oh.
Can we talk about
No, but it's what I do. Yeah, but
there's a
that's
G code.
right.
Like you're not supposed to. That's what old buddy was talking about on the video we were watching. Omar. Talking about the you the homeboy that go behind your homeboy's back trying to holler at his girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there just ain't no place for that because.
So then, what are you? So you saying you can't do it? I've done it.
Yeah,
so what do you do when the girls reach out to you? Like that's not
talk to your boy.
Tell me this. Let's go back
him.
real quick. I'm a history kind of motherfucker. What did the bro code?
You know that, right?
Well, I'm sorry. You know it's okay. I pay rent.
I think he giving them thought eyes though. I think I saw the thought eyes. I did.
Make my hoes mad. Don't do that.
You can't upset the hoes.
I ain't gonna You said tell me this. You about to say.
So what do you do when you're in a situation?
No.
What?
That's what I was going to. I'm sorry. What is the? Is it okay? Can we know what the bro code? I don't understand. When did the bro code come about? What the fuck is it? Who created it?
It's forever. It's always been the case.
It's forever.
I mean, it's
It's a girl code.
It's been since the.
It's a girl code?
Yeah, I got girl codes too. It's,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
since the
there's certain
same. The
things that you
same
don't do
box.
to a
Just certain
friend.
things you don't do.
You just don't. It's just certain things that are off limits. You don't. If I'm with you, I don't care what we going through. The last thing you need to do is go to my homeboy, reaching out to him about what we're going through.
Right.
Because
But if she doing it, she ain't breaking the bro code.
if she's going to my homeboy,
Yeah.
So
she
she's
ain't. She
breaking
ain't
your
gonna
girl
do
code.
that.
you putting my homie in a position. Now, and if he drops the ball on that, now I got an issue with him. Because I'm a man, I'm gonna address him. I'm gonna address you, but I'm gonna address him too. He's the homie. He was here before you, right? So you can't go behind me talking about. Now we talk about our shit amongst ourselves the same way you talk to your girlfriends about. Maybe not all the details, but they have an idea of what's going on because they're your people. You know what I'm saying? Like so. But going to him about our issues, we need counseling.
Yeah.
We need a real third party that we bring in for us to sit down and talk to together. Not you go behind my back, talk to the homie about because he doesn't know me on that level.
Exactly.
When I say that, I mean he's my homie, but he's not in the living room with us when we going through it.
Gotcha.
Right? He's not in the bedroom with
But
us.
he know you.
He knows me
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
But not.
Right, because we grew up putting on for the homies.
I was about to say, so he don't even really know what
He
your feelings is.
he don't know how much of a hopeless romantic I really am. Right? We play 2K together. Right? We used to hoop together, hit each other in the backyard playing football. Right? That's my nigga. Right? We talking a completely different. Yeah, she bullshitting, bruh. You know what I'm saying to you? Hey, why you acting like this?
Right.
You know,
The face.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And then one thing that I want to say that the homie should do in that situation, if you come to him, he should redirect you back to your man, and then he should tell your man, like, yo, she came to me about something, she probably won't holler at you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't
Because he needs to stay out of it 100%. Because if he is in their relationship, it's a problem.
See, the thing is that as
he
men,
got to stay out of it and stay extremely
That's no
neutral.
different than men going to their homegirls, though. They do it.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
do it.
That's not right either.
What
No.
now? Men do
Men,
what
when
now?
men go
Going to their
go to
homegirls.
our
No.
homegirls.
Oh,
Y'all don't play
Going
that.
to your own
Our own homegirls.
Right. Talking
Yeah,
about what's
yeah,
going on.
talking
Talking
about
about what's
you.
going on in my household.
She should direct them back
It's not
as well.
cool. Yeah, it's not cool. Now she don't. She
I
might
don't agree with that.
What?
No.
Because I got
Especially if you want talking to the girlfriend. Like,
Wait,
how
what now?
you gon' okay, and so me and him are dating, okay?
Yeah.
He has a best friend that's a female.
Yeah.
We're having an issue, he talks to her.
Yeah.
And he don't talk to me.
What's the problem?
Why the hell would you bypass me?
Oh, okay, but no, yeah. I thought you were saying,
okay,
look, like I tried to talk to her, it ain't
Oh, yeah,
working.
no.
Like my homeboy didn't call me at damn 3 o'clock in the morning, like, yo, I can't get through to her. Can you holler at her?
Okay, yes,
Yeah,
okay.
different.
Oh, okay.
You know the girlfriend.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's different. Yeah, that's a different.
I
See,
did
it's
it
all
first.
about the dynamic. Context is everything,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Because a lot of times
Because you better not
the
be
other
sure.
friend
know.
don't know.
Not
It's
even-
yeah.
That
Okay.
ain't cool anyway. It shouldn't even be when people get to a certain level. I'm not gonna touch it.
You gonna touch- you gonna
I'm
leave
not
right
gonna
there?
leave it right there.
You gonna leave it right there?
Yeah.
Can't get my tongue.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, it's just
Alright.
certain things that are off
Nah, it
limits.
really does.
I think we
Like when Charles got married,
Oh.
our relationship changed. Even though that's my god sister that he married. I'm not calling him past a certain time. You know, like there are certain things that now I'm not gonna do.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
General.
saying?
Right.
you
Just
said you were closer
general
with him
respect.
first. Is that what it?
Well, she's my god sister, his wife, but I'm close to him as well.
Right.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. But who? So who was
I knew
friends
them before
first?
they got married. Huh?
Who was friends first?
Me and him were friends before they met.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying. Okay.
But
That's
yeah,
respectable.
no. But there are certain things that I now can't do. Like even though we were close, I'm not calling you at certain times anymore. I don't give a damn.
But you see, right there, though, that's to me what people should do, opposed to people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't tell me that I got to change my friends." No, you should just—it's part of the relationship.
Yeah, it's just a
it
part
comes
of it.
with
Like
it comes
things
with it.
change.
Like, and it's
Things
not to say
change.
you can't be friends anymore,
Oh,
but
yeah.
y'all should not be on the phone this time of night.
Exactly. Right. Like
It
there are
happens.
certain things that you don't do anymore.
It
Yeah.
happens.
And honestly,
it's respect.
if your friend is not respecting the relationship, then it's not even cool.
Yeah, it's not cool at all.
Yeah. That's a whole
Respect
nother
is
issue.
key.
Well, I
Really
ain't even gonna
sad.
say that ain't a friend. You ain't a good man or a good woman if you allowing it. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
You
certain
can't
stuff
just
gotta
say,
shut
"Oh,
down.
that's my friend. That's how she is," or "That's how he is." No, you need to shut that down because
Exactly.
don't make me do it.
Shut it
But,
down.
You don't want me to do it.
So you don't want me to do
You don't want me to do it.
No.
all right, y'all got anything else? We might hit the 9:30 mark.
Okay, we not here. Yeah, we on it.
30 seconds left. What y'all got?
VZT, we thank you. We love you for gracing us. We appreciate it.
It's been awesome.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to getting them. I'm a subscribe. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
I
me
can't
too.
really say
Yeah.
S words. I'm a subscribe.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll just get my
I'll
magazines
get
in
my
the mail and
6
check them
magazines.
Yes.
out. And then we're
Subscribe.
gonna do our photo shoot this weekend with Memories Are Forever, Ladies of Tea, and
I
then
already
we're
got
going
my
to
dress.
get our little advertisement thing going.
I'm ready.
You said you got a dress?
I got 2 dresses.
You better get it, girl.
Don't play.
Okay. Well, let's sip some tea. Gina, can I take one shot with our guest?
She
I'm
already said no.
Is Gina still watching?
Yeah, she is.
What'd she say?
She said hey earlier, like no, a second ago, just now.
Just ask her, can I take a goodbye drink?
Can she do one shot? Is the question. Sweet tea.
I've been working out doing really good. You all
Can
have
she do
seen
one
my
shot?
menu today that I ate. It was amazing.
She said yes,
Say
ma'am.
yes, ma'am. You
I
can.
love that's why that's my sister, y'all.
Oh.
Make sure it's a big shot.
I got you.
Alright, so you pouring shots for everybody?
Yeah. Let's take it on
I'm gonna
in.
take one.
Hey, all
In
of
the
y'all
morning, I
people
gotta
out
wake
there
up and do
watching,
some
y'all go
cardio.
and pour y'all shot with us, and let's take this shot on in for
Yes.
for the night.
I swear this
The
one was my favorite.
sessionmag.com.
What y'all lying about tonight? That was my favorite one. What y'all lying about tonight?
Yeah, what y'all
That was
lying
my
about? I
favorite.
love that.
So,
That was
BBT,
my
you gonna
favorite.
come back and visit us again, right?
No doubt.
Bring
No doubt.
somebody with you. Didn't you tell us about a best friend, the guy that you did the
Yeah,
match
John
on?
kind of quiet though. He quiet.
Oh, he quiet.
Jermaine and
We need some more of that.
That was my first boyfriend in high school.
What? You better bring John on so we can.
I ain't
Oh, sorry. You want one, baby? Mm-hmm.
These shots? I don't know if these are shots in there. You had to drive too far.
Woo!
Wait, let me hide mine from my sister.
Right.
She already said, "Oh, big shot." She already come.
Oh, sure.
Oh, she heard it?
Oh, okay, yes, G. Shot with us. She said she gonna shot with us.
Who, Gina?
Hey.
Control yourself
Sweet
now.
tea.
Just one.
Just
Now,
one.
Come on.
Just one.
This is to our.
Cheers.
This is to our guest.
Salud. VZT.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You could have held your Pepsi up. Don't
You
act
sure
like that.
could have.
Who?
You.
Okay.
I might be an alcoholic because that tasted like a whole Twix.
Woo.
A Twix. Dang.
It was good though.
Twix though.
That
Real
was so
cool.
good. Twix are good.
No thigh
Alright,
eyes
y'all.
tonight, please.
You gonna get some?
Yeah, you gonna get a whole lot of
bunch
them.
of the eyes.
No thigh eyes tonight.
It's coming.
Unless,
Well,
unless you
y'all
trying
got
to
an
feed
hour.
me.
Y'all got an
I
hour.
said, what time is it? Oh
9:30.
yeah.
Y'all got an hour. Send them to him now. No attachments if you
Trying to
send
feed
them now.
him. That's why that beard's so thick.
This is my song.
What song is that?
I just heard what you said.
Oh.
What she say?
So that's why that beard's so thick.
It like that.
Juices and
Years
berries.
ago, it was like
Juices
that.
and
Years
berries.
She
ago.
said somebody. Everybody eating.
Everybody.
Ain't no listen.
Cake with you on.
We going out on a slow jam.
Yep.
This is
Because it was a mellow night. We wasn't even turned tonight. Like,
Hey Stephanie.
hey Stephanie.
She got her drinks.
She got her drinks up there.
Hey Raquel. Raquel is watching. Hey Dawn, Bria, Stephanie again. Hey Kiara. Hey Anika. Devonza. Kentrell. Hey Tamika. Hey Stephanie. Yashama. Keisha. Archie, Kentrell. Ray.
Southside.